he starts with a deep understanding of the Chinese economy, the Chinese government, and that is going to really... First of all, I can't possibly imagine what he's going through in terms of the loss of a son. I can tell him that on behalf of the president, his son died a hero, and the information that he was able to help obtain through that raid, as I've said before, was going to save American lives. It's going to protect our country more. So he made a sacrifice for this country. He was on his 12th deployment. And I know that his wife, when she spoke to the president, knows that he did this because he loved it. He cared about our nation. And the mission was successful in helping prevent a future attack or attacks on this nation. Start to really identify, you wouldn't be able to make the financial commitment that needs to be done to rebuild. I would express our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences to all of the people in Chief Owens, his family and his friends, his shipmates. But it's something that, as a SEAL and as someone who deployed 12 times, he knew that this was part of the job, and he knew what he was doing, and so we're very comfortable with how the mission was executed, and you know, we'll let the Department of Defense go through that review process and then see where that leads us. But I think to get ahead of the 3 separate reviews are being done by the Department of Defense would be probably a little irresponsible at this time. They go through the briefing and the reading of what the court has said. So we're not going to. I would not anticipate the speech being a defense of legislation and executive orders. I don't think many previous presidents have gotten through and used that as a legislative walkthrough. But you will hear about his commitment to immigration and his desire for border security and what it means, not just about keeping the nation safe, but what impact it's having on the economy. So you will hear a lot about immigration tomorrow night, and he will talk about why it matters and the goal that we have and why we should come together on areas like this.
And what's the White House's expectation of his visit?
The next order, I think we should have it out probably middle of this week, looking towards the middle of the week, and we'll have further updates as we get through the schedule. I think obviously our priority right now today was to really get the budget process kicked off and then continue to prepare for the joint session. I think we're just going to walk through, off camera, we'll walk through the themes of the speech. Deal with that. With respect to some of the activity that we've seen at Jewish cemeteries in particular, look, I think we have to work with law enforcement at a local and state level. I'll leave it to the Department of Justice to comment further on what additional steps can be made. But I think, as been pointed out multiple times, I think one of the things that we can do is speak from this podium in particular and other places to make sure that every American understands what our values are, and that kind of behavior and activity is wrong and won't be tolerated, and the highest levels of government denounce it.